Hey everybody, it's Dipio. Welcome to Dark Souls, in this case, the Remastered Edition. Alright, I've been dying to actually play this game for you guys, and I had to wait till it came out on PC so I could capture it. I'm not a Dark Souls newbie, so unfortunately this is not a blind run, but it has been a long time since I've played it. My goal, I think, is to try and knock out all three of the Souls games, 1, 2, and 3, back to back. We'll see how that goes, but once you get going and get your reflexes built for Dark Souls, you kind of want to keep going because you'll find out here that having a little bit of rust on the joints is going to be a problem. So, most people have probably heard of this game from Software, and it is a notoriously difficult game, but immensely satisfying. Now, there is one little caveat I want to lay out up front. A, because it's been a while since I played it, and B, because I know there are certain expectations when it comes to this game. I am no expert. I have beaten the game before, but I am not ashamed to use the tools the game gives, which is the summons and assistance, things like that. But in order to make it fair, I will give every single boss 5 solid tries solo before I summon anybody to come help. Because I don't want to be doing this forever, and Dark Souls can be the kind of game that if you just aren't good enough at a point, you will do it forever. So that's my kind of like caveat I've set up for this is 5 tries on any boss solo. If I just don't seem to be getting the hang of it, then I will summon help, and we'll do it co-op with some friendly strangers from the internet. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, we're okay with the default darkness. That's all okay. That's definitely okay. Yep, we're good. We're using a controller, because anybody that can do this with mouse and keyboard, good on you. I have no idea how you would do that. Alright, character name. As always, keeping in the spirit of the channel. We'll go ahead and go with a male. Class. Now here's where it gets tricky. I sent feelers out on Twitter to find out kind of the way I should go. I was hemming and hawing between a sorcerer and a pyromancer, and I didn't really get any replies. So we are gonna figure out right now what we're gonna be. I think I've kind of got planned out what I want to do for the series. I'm thinking like a pure strength build for Dark Souls 2. No, not a pure strength build. I'm sorry, a hex build for Dark Souls 2, probably leaning towards strength, and a dex build for Dark Souls 3. So in here, I'm trying to think. In the past, I have done it with a pure strength warrior build, and I have done it with a pure sorcerer build. I don't think I've done a pyromancer. And I think having a little bit of magic on our first go around might be a fun way to play. Now, I do lose the dexterity quite a bit, which kind of sucks when it comes to using bows. But you know what? I think we're going to just be okay with that right now. And we're going to play as best we can. So there'll be less sniping and pulling without a bow, or at least, you know, a good bow for a while. But maybe we can get a crossbow and do something, you know, mid-range with it. So let's go ahead and do pyromancer. And for gift, I find a very useful one. This is a one-time use item. Don't really want to mess with that. This doesn't really have much use except if you're going to kill the first boss with it. Twin Humanities, again, you'll find plenty on the way. Binoculars is not really my thing. Pendant. Pendant has no use. It's a trick item. It is completely useless. It was a little joke from Software. Master Key is kind of a way that I tend to go. Because it lets you access a few areas early, and that can be really, 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 really useful. So I think we're going to still do that. But just to cover, Tiny Being's Ring is a small increase to HP. It is so small, it becomes useless quickly. And the Old Witch's Ring is, that's kind of interesting. I almost would choose that if the Master Key wasn't so useful. It allows you to talk to an NPC later that normally you wouldn't be able to understand. But I'm not so keen on that I'm willing to give up access, so we'll do that. Physique, let's see, average, slim, large, very large. Top heavy, big ol' head. I'm thinking, you know, I'm pretty average. Let's go with average. Face. And, you know, as much as I like Dark Souls, some ugly characters. So, you don't want to spend too much time in here. A, you're going to mostly see your back. B, you're a zombie half the time. And C, you're pretty ugly no matter what you do. So let's just stick with a commoner. You'll even see with the hair. And some pretty horrible hairdos you can have. So I'm a guy in the game. The pyromancers live in a swamp, so it's a good swamp haircut. It's gonna be something that's kind of like crazy. Wild might exactly be it. Yeah, live in a swamp, naturally long and accented by sweat. Perfect for a pyromancer. And I don't know why, but I always tend to like to go with, like, silver-haired characters, or gray-haired. It's gotta have something to do with Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. That's the only thing I can think of. Alright. Here we go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark, they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Here we go, into the dungeon.
Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Here I am.
This is your fate.
Sitting, watching the roaches parade by. Looking like beef jerky. Ooh, not as jerky as him, though. All right, check it out. Yeah, I have to agree, you know, it's a remaster, not a remake. But that smooth 60 frames per second and the improved lighting is already noticeable for me, so that's pretty cool. One more thing that I wanted to say that I completely forgot is, and I'm gonna call this guy out. This game is being played specifically at the request of a friend of mine named Mark. Mark, I know you're watching, and here you go. You can live vicariously since you will never pick this game up otherwise. Alright, so let's see. Let's pick up this little dungeon cell key. Alright. So for anybody that's new, these things are messages that other players can leave around. Sometimes they're helpful. Sometimes they just say things like despair and be wary of liar. So we will pay attention to them sometimes depending on where we're at, but mostly they're useless, to be quite honest. And I've got my broken sword. And it feels like a broken sword. Alright, let's get this guy and see if we can get a good backstab here. No? No backstab for you? I completely have to remember. Alright. How to play. Oh, it's a gut punch when you don't have a shield. Just a, one for the kidneys. Alright. It's not really a need to kill these guys. The soul benefit is very small, but right now, every little bit helps. I'm just thinking of the guys that have to go down to the dungeon have to claw through that sewer every single time. And bonfires. Alright. These are your save points in the game. When you rest, you get all your health and everything back. You can attune your magic. Oh, which we might need to do. Do we start with magic here? We do have Fireball. Alright, but we don't have the equipment to use it yet. When you use the bonfires, however, the world resets and everything that you've killed is now back alive and kicking. So, they're a double-edged sword. Do you hear the stomping? And that's our cue to get out of here. Oh, he hit me through the fence. Oh, wow. A little bit of splash damage on you there, huh? That's okay. We're going to heal it up here. So, with someone with a lot more skill than me, he is beatable right off the bat with the broken sword, but, yeah, I just said it. A lot more skill than me. Alright, we have a shield. Also, when you pause the game is not paused. Life goes on, and you will get murdered. Let's get this on real quick. Oh, took too long. See? No, put your shield up. Oh, I'm still paused. Like I said, I've got to get used to the game again. Ah, there's going to be so many deaths. It's pretty basic, but it is kind of cool that you just come running in here one-handed, swinging a wood axe. It's not the coolest weapon you'll run into in the game, but it is pretty fun. That's where I just came from. I wonder where my pyromancy hand is. So I can awe you with my amazing fireballs. That's right. At the beginning, a lot of the messages are just instructions. Tutorial messages. Okay, down, I believe, it's the door to the courtyard we started in. Yep. You find a lot of shortcuts. These places are kind of mazes stacked on each other. And here's the guy who tossed us our corpse.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Go for it. Yeah, I'll hear you out.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Definitely.
Oh, and this.
Another key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Alright. You got anything else to say?
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death.
Alright.
So go now.
Sorry, buddy.
Thank you.
Now, I've watched a lot of, like, lore stuff here, and this is kind of fun. If you notice, it looks like he's crashed through the wall and slammed here. And I'll point out something else to you on the way. Again, not things I found, but things that I've seen. And this shield, as you can see with its cracked and broken, clearly doesn't protect me entirely, so better to avoid damage. It's pretty good against arrows, but melee weapons, not so much. Ooh, there's my pyromancy flame. Come on, bring it on. Alright. So let's go ahead and... Some people do this with the pyromancy in the left hand, replacing the shield. I don't know why, I prefer it in the right hand. I know I have to switch in and out of my weapons, but I'm not going to be swinging an axe while throwing a fireball. I'm going to be doing one or the other, so we'll save that for... Okay, now I believe we're going to have a tougher enemy up ahead here. And this is when we start our strafing. And trying to backstab, but failing. Okay. And this is locked, I believe. Yes. Alright. Let's go sword in hand, axe in hand, and deal with the guy we couldn't deal with before. Do some fireball damage to him. Ooh. Or to us. Or to us. Not to us. No thank you, Chubby. Alright. First guy, don't get any ideas. He's really easy. It is not an example of things to come. Alright, I'm going to run out here and reset my progress. Bosses do not come back from a bonfire. That's another important thing to know. Because that would be horribly, righteously unfair, and we're not doing that today. Alright, big heavy doors. And I know there's somebody out here waiting for me. Who is it? Somebody? Somebody's out here. I know you guys. Maybe not. I thought I was going to get bum rushed. Never trust anything. Oh, this is the Twinkly the Crow or Sparkly or something. That is an item trading post later. There's tricks to it. Let's see. Nope. Deep in the mountains. Like a prison. This is like Alcatraz for Lordran.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Coming into the undead city. Where the zombies are plentiful. I do like how this guy messes with the primal element of fire and wears like really flammable burlap sack clothing. Yes, kindle and level up at bonfires. I gotcha, homie. Let's rest. Okay. Level up, attune magic, kindle, and reverse hollowing. I'm not worried about doing any of most of those things right now. Leveling up could be good. Just depends on where we want to go. I can get 3 points of something out of this. We have 2 attunement slots right now. That's good. At least we can hold some spells. Intelligence will boost those slots at some point. We are going to focus on, with our basic stats, vitality, endurance, strength, and intelligence. For a pyromancer, the power of your magic is not based on your intelligence like it is for sorcery. It is based on your actual pyromancy weapon, which you have to upgrade. So that's one thing that makes it a little bit different. You don't have to sink quite as much in. Probably, you know, honestly, 3 or 4 slots at most is all you really need, unless you're running straight pyromancy with not really much reliance on weapons. But that's not how we're going to play this game. Pyromancy is going to offset our skill. It's not going to be the entirety of our skill. Okay. Where do we want to go right now? I'm really like, I don't have a clue what I want to do yet. Probably some endurance. Let's at least put a point in endurance. Maybe a couple in vitality. Just kind of, let's get the numbers rounded out for the moment. It's only the first level. We got plenty more to go. Let's go talk to Jim Bob over here.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Look at his chainmail pajamas. They're like footies. It's a one big piece. That's gonna be really uncomfortable.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity?
Yes, please.
Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
This guy and his creepy, subtle laughter.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to hit you if that's what you're wanting.
What? You want to hear more?
A little bit.
Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg. within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I stepped foot in that cesspool.
What else you got for me?
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Okay, then I'll just ask one more.
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
I'll leave you alone with your thoughts. You just sit there and contemplate loneliness. Okay, ooh, here we go. No responses, she cannot speak. Well then talking is not an option. I don't have anything to reinforce an Estus flask, so let's just leave. Bye, lady. Okay, so let's explore up here. Now again, sorry that some of it's not blind. I do know things to avoid. I know places we're not going to go right now. I'll give you a peek of where they are, but I am not going to wander in and get myself murdered off the bat. There'll be plenty of that to come. Hear that bell? That bell means that somebody else, some other player in the world, has just rung a bell of awakening. And we get to hear it from there. So, down here, you'll see treasure, treasure, treasure. There's all kinds of treasure. But those piles of bones come to life and come after you with a vengeance. And we are not quite ready for that yet. There's some normal skeletons and there's some big giant skeletons. And this does lead to a new area down there, which again we're not ready for. We could go there, but we will die a horrible, horrible, horrible death. Oh, and there's the bird that brought us. What's up, Polly? And around here, I don't... Oh, no, there is something here. Okay. What you got for me? Soul. That is basically our currency. Oh, that's a little too high. Anything in here? Alright now. Firebomb. That is basically what I'm carrying in my right hand at all times, is a firebomb. So I can use those up without much hesitation. And... hello, cleric.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Okay. I got closer. How about that? Is that distance for you?
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Copper coin.
Oh my. You again.
I'm persistent.
Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Sure, why not?
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Join covenant, abandons former covenant. I don't have a covenant right now, so sure, I'll join you.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Alright. Well, I've already done that. I'll learn a gesture, okay? Shrug. And talk some more.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Anything else?
An undead mission?
Yeah, what is that?
Regrettably,
I cannot share that with you, but you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Sure. No, I'm not giving you that.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
Okay. So you're already like a scammy televangelist. Share my faith. It's only 400 souls.
Come again.
No.
The effectiveness of...
No, no, no. You're slimy. I can tell. Alright, so let's see what we got here. And this must be the elevator. So let's... oh, nope. That's the bottom. Again. I feel scummy for even pretending that I don't know that that's there. Alright, let's come on. What do we got here? Homeward Bone. Morning Star and a Talisman. Let's see. Cracked Red Eye Orb. Okay, so of these things, the Morning Star might be worth looking at. Let's see. It looks like I should be able to equip it. A little bit more powerful. A little less durability. A little bit heavier. I think that won't be a problem right now. Our equipment load is only 1/5 of our total, so that's not a problem. We could put that on and not slow us down any, really. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. And I believe it does bleed too. Here's what we want. Yeah, it has a bleed effect to it, so that could be worthwhile as well. Now, the other items we got, the cracked orb, that's to invade people. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like invading other people, so those never get used by me. Homeward Bone, that is a return to the last bonfire, so it's a get out of jail free card. Well, it's not free because you'll reset everything. Humanity, copper coin, that has a use later on in the game. So yeah, that's what we got so far. Oh, nice. That is a brutal looking spiked ball there. Oh, and one more. Oh, and look where it's going to drop us. Lloyd's Talisman. That's another thing with a very specific use. Let's see. Whoa, like I said, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Don't lock on. Run away. Run away. Halfway dead already. And they will follow you. There's a few occasions where the enemies have like a protective area they cover, but most of the times they'll just chase you. They'll just chase you until you banish them with a bonfire. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I think we got time to make it to the Undead Berg. Let's go up here and see. Oh, it kind of like it doesn't swing through. Doesn't look like. I gotta work on my backstabs. I'm not getting any stabbiness from them. Well, that didn't do me any good. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. And hammer down the hill. Nothing for me? Okay. Well, let's kill this guy dropping bombs on our heads before we go up. Oh, jeez. Or not. Or not. Or not. Never mind. Oh, all three of them. Okay, that's what fireballs are for. Holy moly. Okay. Drop me anything interesting? A helmet. Now here's the first guess of the game. There's something over there. Let me practice my jumping here before I go. Okay. Because this is going to be a dumb way to die, but it's very possible. Whew, okay, okay. I can deal with that. Oh. I forgot how narrow some of these corridors were and how nauseous it makes me feel to go around them. Ooh, Ring of Sacrifice. That's good. Ring of Sacrifice, if you wear it and die, it breaks, but you don't lose any of your souls. So it's a good... Okay, good. Good, good, good. No falling in the pit of despair. And no more enemies, because I'm pretty sure they all chased me down here. Alright. What you got for me down here, Bubba? Another soul? Another soul? Is that... Oh, it's the water. I thought that mouse was chattering. So I haven't sold myself on this mace yet. It could just be the feel. It feels less impactful. I don't know if it's just... That's just how I feel, or if that's an actual... It is less impactful. Come on, where's my backstabs at? I'm feeling at a loss for my backstabs here. Alright, and I saw you guys hiding down there. Or at least... Whoa! Whoa, no, 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 no! No, 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 no! Let's take a hit of Estus, shall we? Okay. That was close. Oh, look at these guys! Just hanging on. We'll just hang here all day. 4 of them in a row. See, this is where an arrow would be great, because you would just, you would just shoot them and they'd fall off. That's hilarious. And now, hopefully you've seen why even the little tiny naked guys can pose a serious, serious threat if you get caught in the wrong place. Okay. There we go. No, thank you. I'm glad I saw you guys earlier. Rubbish. Rubbish serves no purpose except, I believe, to give to Sparkly the Crow one day when we ever get back there. Humanity is good. Humanity not only allows you to kindle bonfires, which makes them more potent, and to restore your humanity, which gives you more health and such, allows you to summon things like that. It also... Whoa! Hello? It also heals you fully. It's a usable item that will heal you. So they're good in a pinch. You're gonna play the throwing game, huh? Looks like I'm better at that game than you are. Ooh, but he's better at the smacking game. Seriously, why can't I get my backstabs to work? They're a crucial element in this game. I must have them I must have them to perform well. You don't get anything for breaking open stuff, but sometimes things are hiding behind barrels and boxes, so it's worth smashing them up every now and then. Alright, what's in here? Hello? And luckily, oh, see? Something. Sparkly, shiny souls for my own personal use. Let's go this way first. Oh, no. I know. You have to get on the roof to get down there. Hello! Oh, I remember you now. I know where you're gonna be. Okay. I know where we're headed. And I know that he's got a crossbow. Yeah, you come this way. Let's not go in there and get ourselves chopped up. Pop an Estus before we go in here and have to face down a crossbow-wielding maniac. Like I said, crossbow-wielding maniac. Come here. What you got for me? Titanite shard. Okay. Our first bit of upgrade material. And a wooden shield, which is better than what we've got right now. Only slightly heavier, but a good bit more defense. We will take it. Okay, so let's see. Trying to remember my way around here. Yep. We want to go here. Every now and then I can pull that off. You can kick their shield away. Well, I'm pulling that off better than my backstabs. Oh yeah, that worked really well. Come on. I know exactly what we're clearing out before we get down. Hey, dude, what's up?
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Well then, I'll take a look at what you have to offer. Purchase items, shall we? Okay, let's take a look. This guy. Orange guidance soapstone. Don't care so much about that. Unless it's super cheap. It's kind of cheap. Residence key. Now that's not bad. Weapons. We'll find plenty. We don't need to buy weapons from this guy. This is what would be good if you had good dexterity. But we don't. Our dexterity is low, so we wouldn't be able to wield that properly. So we won't worry about that right now. What do you have to say?
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
I like how he sounds like he's holding his nose when he's talking to you.
I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
Oh, I guess we talk nothing at all then.
What a waste of...
Cheers, mate. Okay, let's peek on through here. I believe we have some more scrubs waiting for us. Oh yeah, a lot of scrubs. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was overkill, but my word. I can't make dumb mistakes like that. At least if I'm going to. Let's make them right now, early on. Can this go this far? Nope. Pyromancer is a mid-range sorcerer. An actual sorcerer would have hit that from afar. My job is to burn them down a little bit and then get in there and hit them with my weapon. Throwing knife. Now that would have hit him from afar. Let's see. I can go... This is where I can go and check out that area that was inaccessible before. But is there a reason to? Oh yeah, there is. Alright, light crossbow. Okay. So... I've never really used a crossbow before. It's kind of heavy. And you can't aim it. Oh, I've slowed myself down a good bit. Let's see. I think it could be places where it's useful. What's my overall encumbrance looking like right now? 15 out of 52? I'm not quite halfway yet. Okay, I'm not doing terribly. Out of curiosity here. Nope. Nope. There's no hitting them. It might not be worth it to carry this thing. Got my fast roll back. Fast roll is king. Alright, well since we found this bonfire, I think this is where we're going to call it right now. We got plenty of demons left to slay. So, next time, back where we left off, DPO, the Pyromancer. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.